You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play.
The options market can be a confusing place. Sorting through the daily avalanche of data, alerts, updates, articles, and analysis to find the most important information is an overwhelming prospect. But now you have help. Welcome to the Options News Rundown, the only program that breaks through the noise to bring you the most important news and information from the world of options. Every day, we bring you the top 5 option stories curated by the options experts at theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in options trading education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's Live Advantage Group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider. And now it's time to break through the noise. It's time for your Options News Rundown.
Good morning. Today is February 4th, 2019. This is your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli. Our first story today is from investing.com. It's the top 5 things to know in the market on Monday. First thing to know is U.S. futures point to a flat open. U.S. stock futures pointed to a muted open as market players looked ahead to the latest batch of quarterly earnings reports. Elsewhere, European stocks were mixed, with regional indices experiencing a choppy start to the trading week, and earlier markets in Asia closed mixed in subdued trade, as many of the region's bourses were shut for the Lunar New Year. China's financial markets are closed all week, while those in South Korea are shut until Thursday. Second thing to know today is Alphabet kicks off a busy week of earnings. About 90 S&P 500 companies are due to report financial results this week in what will be one of the last big waves of the fourth quarter earnings season. Monday sees Google parent Alphabet post results after the close. The tech giant is expected to report earnings per share of $10.88 on revenue of $38.91 billion, according to estimates. Results from Clorox, Cisco, Gilead Sciences, and Seagate Technology are also on the agenda for Monday. The third thing to know today is U.S. jobs data keeps the dollar firm. Away from equities, the U.S. dollar pushed higher against its major rivals as strong employment data pointed to underlying strength in the world's largest economy, underpinning demand for the greenback. The U.S. dollar index was up 0.2%. at 95.48. Meanwhile, in the bond market, Treasury prices slipped, pushing yields higher across the curve, with the benchmark 10-year yield rising to 2.7% and pulling further away from the 4-week low of 2.619% it hit last week. Monday's light economic calendar features factory order figures for November due at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. The fourth thing to know today is oil prices hit 2019 highs. In commodities, oil prices rose to their best levels of the year on signals that U.S. sanctions on Venezuelan exports helped tighten supply. Data showing that U.S. energy firms last week cut the number of oil rigs operating to their lowest in 8 months, and overall optimism over OPEC-led supply cuts also contributed to gains. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude futures climbed to a 2019 high of $55.74 a barrel, a level not seen since November 21st. It was last up at $55.55, that's up 28 cents or around 0.5%. International Brent crude futures were at $63.39 a barrel, up 64 cents or 1%. Brent earlier rose to its strongest level since December 7th at $63.63 a barrel. And the fifth thing to note today is May continues to search for a Brexit deal. British Prime Minister Theresa May has launched a new initiative in her fight to secure a Brexit deal with Brussels. before the UK leaves the European Union in 53 days. An alternative arrangement working group will meet for the first time on Monday to discuss a new way forward on Brexit, according to a statement from May's press team. Chaired by Steve Barclay, the UK's Secretary of State for Brexit, the new AAWG will be attended by prominent pro-Brexit and pro-Europe conservative lawmakers. Additional meetings will be held on Tuesday and Wednesday, the statement said. With less than 2 months until Britain is due to leave the EU on March 29th, concerns are growing over the risk of a disorderly, no-deal exit. And our next story of the day is from CME Group. CME Group averaged 17.8 million contracts per day in January 2019. CME Group, the world's leading and most diverse derivatives marketplace, reached average daily volume of 17.8 million contracts per day in January 2019. That's down 6% from January 2018. Open interest at the end of January was 122 million contracts, down 1% from January 2018, and up 5% from the year-end 2018. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is news you can use for today, February 4th, 2019, your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli, Trade Smart, and have a great week.
The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in options trading education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's Live Advantage Group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider.
The preceding program was a production of the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play. Don't forget to follow along with your favorite programs and submit your own questions for the hosts at twitter.com/options, facebook.com/theoptionsinsider, or via questions at theoptionsinsider.com.